HN、今回は TSM 領地間攻撃でのその特徴的な攻め方を見ていきたいと思います。まずオペレーター構成ですが、 IQ、バック、テルミット、ノマド、ゾフィアの5人が基本的にどこを攻めるにしてもピックされています。今回のようにノマドがバンされている場合はスイッチかサッチャーが代わりに選ばれていました。それでは初めに地下への攻め方を見ていきたいと思います。TSM の攻撃は管理を取るところから始まります。そのためにバックとゾフィアがそれぞれラペリングを行いクリアリングを行います。その間に IQ がディズニーに登り、ノマドがビザで上がりを抑え、テルミットが非常階の1階をロックします。
Oh, a run out from Canadian and he's gone. So this is a hard opposite of what we saw last round.
And I mean, this is, you got to expect this. You know, Canadian decides to, I'm assuming this is the mental gamesmanship that happens, is they say to themselves, okay, well, there's no way, you know, Canadian's going to do this again. He got
会議待合とあらかたの確認が済んだら IQ を先頭に会議から残りのサイドを取りに行きます。
And then they're like, we're going to expect me to do it a second time. So opening pick in this case goes to TSM. That is a mirror of what happened and the opposite of what happened previously.
Yeah.
And for it, unfortunately, if you were a fan of SSG, things will now get worse, as Rampy, who was roaming upstairs, is also taken out this time by Bolo, the two opening picks for his team.
2階を完全に制圧しきったら今度はトイレを割っていきます。そのために IQ とテルミットがポジションを交換します。
That hole that's just been opened up there by the Buck of Achieved is going to be to you flank watch on the Visa staircase. You can just shoot someone as they try to ascend from the defense. That was a missed opportunity from Achieved, but he did, I think, a little bit of damage to Thinking Nade. Scared him off, forced him back into the bathroom. This is a typical position for a roamer on the middle floor when a basement is being defended to hold. And the cool thing about it is that Thinking Nade, when he wants to, can fall back. Here's the exothermic charge, placed low to avoid impact tricking. The wall wasn't prepped and there was no one to impact this time. So the wall gets opened up. That's because Canadian died out earlier. Mute jammers are there, so it's hard to drone out to determine if it's actually clear, but they got the job done. Bathroom cleared, top floor cleared, two-man advantage, TSM soundly in the driver's seat now that they know what to expect from SSG. I'll be honest, I really am surprised that SSG didn't try to change something about how they defended this based on the fact that it was given away in the first round and there was a solid 5 minutes for TSM to talk about it.
I mean, they did kind of change things though, right? Canadians looking aggressive inside of admin, instead just simply went for a jump out. I don't think they were expecting somebody to be watching from that angle, and then Rampy was also roaming very aggressively upstairs rather than playing closer to the site. There's another for TSM. It's Merc's kill this time. He's got some work to do, given his performance yesterday, and wasn't exactly shouldering the same amount of weight that you're expecting. His back turned to Merc, down goes Thinking Nade, and Bosco in a 1v5. From what could have been a certain defeat to a flawless round, impressive stuff by TSM to go up 1-0.
Yeah, that's a big one for TSM. Again, yeah,
続いては序盤で人数不利になってしまった場合の動きについて見ていきたいと思います。
As now it's Fnatic's turn to go to defense. And what are they going to be able to muster? They will be handicapped by the mute ban that was imposed on them from TSM. Obviously, since Echo is the ban from Fnatic, they know how to play around it. Likewise, for TSM, who will be handicapped by that Buck play, and, well,
早い時間で1人減ってしまった TSM は2階を制圧するために非常階をロックしていたテルミットにラペリングをしてもらい挟み込むようにしてクリアリングをしていきます。
So many times, like that's just Bolo entries there on that window. He always does it. I remember the last time I casted TSM on Consulate and they were doing exactly that. Bolo has a tendency to do that, so I think it's probably been read by Fnatic. That just seemed like an angle that Tex was playing specifically for him. And then once he got the kill, he left. He's gone. He's downstairs now. So TSM down one player, a really impactful player in Bolo, who has been just playing so well through this tournament, but then also an impactful operator in IQ. TSM have gained top 4 control, so that's solid. And it only took them half the round. That's not a terrible efficiency ratio there for time. I don't know. It could be better. There's a little bit of hesitation on TSM, you can tell, because I think Bolo typically drones out the majority of that top floor by himself. and now other people on TSM are having to pick it up, and that's causing hesitation. I am noticing here that
2階
TSM
が
are a
完全
little
に
bit
取れたら
slow
先
on
ほどと同じよう
rotating
に
who
突
drones
き下げを
what.
行い正
And
面を
that's,
割
yeah,
って
like I said,
設
it's
置を
gonna
しま
cost
す。
time. Full drop here from Fnatic as the wall gets opened up in the bathroom, and now all the roamers have been pushed down to the bottom floor. Only a minute left, though, for TSM to execute. Luckily for TSM, they do have a sledge.
No impact nor C4 used to get rid of the exothermic charge on that side of the wall. A lot of teams have been doing that, where they'll toss out a nitro cell and then drop through the hatch. That is not the case this time. It will allow all of TSM to employ this wrecking crew strategy from above, and holes opened up earlier will be the downfall of Lusty, with TSM answering back, though Merc shrugging off some damage, heading towards Yellow Stairs, and the other exothermic charge will now go. It's a back take as the Nomad is just in sight. Geo has found an avenue on in, and he's found a frag with it. He'll find a second, looking for a third, but nobody's coming to him, at least nobody into his waiting arms. He'll sustain some significant damage, get taken down by Tex, who's returned to the site, but still an advantage for TSM in terms of numbers. Tex will have to do it all with the diffuser going down. Coverage from Achieved as he watches. It's a drop through the rotate, heading on over towards the diffuser. Pojo Man will manage to get out with only a single portion of that panel opened up. Not enough hard destruction, but this will actually aid the attackers, and control of that first floor as well from the sledge of Achieved makes it even more challenging for Tex. He'll just walk around that open hatch, knows that he has to provoke a fight with the sledge, but an air jab is there, the power.
Solid retreat there.
おまけでトイレがビリビリしてしまっているパターンも見ていきたいと思い
outside
ま
of
す。
Piano on the windows, you know where Virtue was. He got those 2 leadoff kills in round number 1 on that cement wall. You can catch people who drop into Piano like that, but not so for TSM here. Nice angle being used there by Virtue over that little table. Oh, that's neat. He's standing on the toilet and he can see over the plastic table into Piano. What a nasty angle. If he hadn't given it away earlier, it might have actually been pretty useful, but Bolo only took a sliver of HP from that slug shotgun through that wall.
Zofia lifeline, concussions, unloaded into the bathroom, but Virtue is far enough away that they will not impact him whatsoever. Instead, there's a toxic canister that goes out, and not risking a sound or even damage is Merc, hesitating to engage in a fight. Can he open anything up as there's an air jab positioned by the bathroom door, same position as was the undoing of Tex in the previous round? No, but there's a vault up from Merc. Smart play, trying to see the head of the Kaid. I don't know if he was the one who landed it, but no, it looks like the wall was just simply opened up, finished off with the grenades from the lifeline. So that's TSM with your opening pick, but it comes so late. They have the round in their control. Can they manage to just square everything off, finish the job, so to speak? Lusty will have something to say about it as Achieved goes up. There's a toxic canister at the doorway, but still, TSM will just trudge on in. A second kill for Fnatic. Being tased as it's a marathon mile from Bolo. He's in. Nitro cell drop from Lusty. The LMG, another shot from Bolo, one from Merc. They just need to find the last member, but the clock will work in their favor as Mentalist guns down Bolo, as well as Merc, and will now be in a square 1v1 against Pojo. Diffuser down, 35 seconds. That's what you have to work with, or else it ends up going to match point for your opponent. Mentalist will stick it. Pojo has to run in. He's almost there. Will Pojo make it in time? Mentalist falls off. He baits it.
続いて2回攻めも見ていきたいと思います。ここも基本的に地下と同じように管理から取っていく場合が多かったです。
Outside, it's actually going to give great information to Pino and the rest of his team. Here's the run out for the paper repel. No, a fake out, in fact. I wouldn't have imagined he would commit to that. It's a very dangerous run out, but he's going to.
This is a long one, Michael.
It'll work, though.
Must have been just detected as Achieved was not aware of that, and the Valkyrie camera outside is perfect. The one thing that the scoreline doesn't really show you is that Ninjas in Pyjamas have been excellent at being able to open up the past couple rounds, and with it they've been able to take 2 of the 4 rounds where they've gotten an opening pick. Of course, they can make it 3 with this one. Taking out Achieved is huge. Those frag grenades are so critical to be able to push out and give space, as well as the soft destruction, of course, that comes with the skeleton piece. There's an awful lot that really could be accomplished by losing this buck for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Consulate might be a linear map, and it might not always be the best to roam on, yet without a mute present, NIP are still flying under the radar of TSM. The drone has not been quite as up to snuff as it was in the first couple of rounds. the constant swaps between the Vigil and the Mozzie seems to be a good strategic choice for Ninjas in Pyjamas, and it's really been silencing the guns of TSM, because if you can't find the roamers, well, you can't kill them as effectively as you were doing at the start.
Moozie's using this spot that he's actually used to great effect in the past inside of Tellers, waiting for an opportunity to flank. You can see Gio's ready for it, and he'll get a pretty easy kill there on a Moozie, who wide peeks into the angle. Clash inside of Meeting, trying to hold things up. Bolo with the double kill from Long Desk, and he's behind Clash. There's the triple. Can he get one more? He's pretty close, but he looks the wrong way. Kamikaze with the shotgun will shut down Bolo, but he's got to find 3 more. Not likely to happen on that little of HP. He's going to reload with the SMG-11. Again, with this kit, Kamikaze is going to be able to get probably 1 more kill, but the refrag from TSM should be in. The real question is TSM going to be able to get good objective play? Gas canister goes a little bit wide there, so Pojo can readjust, but there's a nice shot on Merc. Suddenly it's winnable, but the last shot from TSM comes in.
続いては1回攻めです。今回は2パターン見ていきたいと思います。まずは平面取り切り殲滅タイプです。
To come off and to return fire to protect yourself, and he didn't do that there, and it showed a good level of trust between these Navi players. Very, very well played.
A late camera coming out there, immediately identified by Bolo, who definitely deals with it thanks to the IQ pistol. We also saw a C4 come out from Nello trying to catch them as they ran around on above the garage area, but no one was quite caught out from there. So quite a bit of a west stack coming out from TSM so far. And here, as you can see, towards the south, making sure these are covered off with claymores, air jabs, you name it, any matter of material with violent tendencies that they have on side is being engineered towards the members of Na'Vi, who, as we've seen already, like their jump outs and their run outs, they will go for these kind of plays given the opportunity.
So we are 1 minute into the round. We can see early pressure mounting onto the Valkyrie of Nello here.
Three upstairs.
Just got TSM just looking to just hold themselves around there. They know they need to clear that top floor out. Pi and Nello are still up there. Kendrew is flexing between the two on yellow stairs there. TSM just trying to gather as much information as they can. We've also got one out. I think it's just Pi rotating up and down the Visa stairs. It's not an additional operator. We've got Saves and Citizen downstairs in the site and around it, but TSM at the minute, they're a little bit spread out. They are in ones at the minute, and that could be quite dangerous because it allows them to get picked off. What we've seen them do successfully so far is move in 2s and 3s, mob-handed, and sweep through. Merc will get an opening kill onto Citizen in the site though, so that's an important one. Vigil off the board, but also one of the big fraggers for Na'Vi. What is going to be important is Pi upstairs at the minute, preventing them coming in through main lobby, but Merc getting aggressive now. He really has his head up and he gets his kill onto Saves. Kendrew will trade one out onto Gio, but that will be traded straight back from Achieved, and that's exactly what I commented on. TSM have done very, very well, is trading those kills out and working as pairs. We can see there, Navi being, and he is making a real impact
続いては管理から上を取って設置をするバージョンを見ていきたいと思います。
Every single player, I think, on the side of Na'Vi, they are now down a round, and again, 2 more rounds is all it takes for TSM to storm through into playoffs and send Na'Vi home at the group stage of the 6th Invitational. Gio, once again, TSM really starting to fly with these opening kills now in at these rounds. Nello is down, another one comes down now with Merc being down on the outside, and Pi will finish that one off. So now we are at 4 apiece. It is so blow for blow with these boys. It is back and forth in every single round, and it is an absolute delight to see.
It really is. So 1 minute off the clock, we can see that Bolo is heading in quickly to admin, and he is supported by Achieved. 4 versus 4 in round number 10, and TSM have themselves a slight advantage. We are on a mid-floor bomb site, so what TSM are trying to do here is clear out these top floor defenders first of all, so that they can gain the site control vertically that they need in order to push in and get a diffuser down. Now, moving somebody out of meeting is not necessarily easy here. They don't have a Hibana on the board. You may well sometimes open up the long desk wall. They should still be able to do that with the Thermite of Pojo Man if they wish to. It should be fairly safe. There's nobody playing down. They will take a more direct route though, as Pojo Man can move in and get the kill onto Pi. That clears things out. Bolo now has an angle through the connector room and out towards yellow stairs, so that largely cuts off any rotations back to site unless the console hatch has been opened for the defenders. That could well leave, I think it's Kendrew on the Valkyrie, just a little bit stranded up there.
The organisation of TSM on the attackers looked a lot better than what it did for Na'Vi, because both teams defend this top floor with 3 defenders. Spray through the wall, and Bolo will find that one. This is now the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen TSM send 2 or 3 men upstairs to fight against the 3 defenders of Na'Vi, who don't trade off each other, who don't play around each other, and one by one, they are dropped. Na'Vi are literally losing this game because of these upstairs defenses. They've got to change something, and they've only got one more round potentially to make those changes work for them. I would expect to see a timeout after this one if this round doesn't go their way, and it is quickly descending into chaos. They are in full control. Citizen on the upstairs has been very quiet this entire map. Now that diffuser is down, I think he missed a man just below him as well. Unfortunate, but he's in a 4 versus 1 with 40 seconds on the clock.
Citizen gets a view through the floor though and will take Bolo out. That leaves us now 3 versus 1, but Citizen has an absolute mountain to climb. He's got about 25 seconds or less, 20 seconds now to achieve this. Pings are coming out, and all that's going to happen is TSM are just going to retire and play deeper and deeper and deeper. And TSM, so something that they need to be aware of.
それでは最後に地下1階防衛を見てみたいと思います。ここでは特にこれといったすごく特徴的な形はなさそうなのですが、管理を守ってくる相手への対応やボーロ選手の IQ の動きに注目して最後の2つを見ていただけたらと思います。
Navi out because they'd planted without being really prepared for the post plant. I don't think they was just took the opportunity and TSM cleaned them out.
In that last 4 rounds of that half, all of them opening kills over to TSM as well. So really starting to ramp things up after those first couple of disastrous rounds, shall we say. It didn't really go as planned, one being the rush, the other being Na'Vi just showing a bit of prowess when it comes to Consulate. But now they've got to show the same on defense. This wasn't their map pick, let's not forget. TSM chose to come here. At the half it is 3-3, still neck and neck the same way that it was on Coastline.
So we're going to see the split side first of all. Something that we've seen from Navi previously is sort of a favour for this site. It's one that maybe teams aren't as commonly familiar with attacking. We've basically got one on the mid floor, one bomb site on the mid floor in Tellers, and then one all the way on the bottom floor in Archives, directly beneath it. Generally speaking, this one will be largely defended from Archives with vertical presence and holes being opened up into Tellers. Geo will get the opening kill onto Citizen, so that will be one of the roamers off the board with the Jaeger gone. And then there is another one in admin we can see just being challenged there. Very probably Kendrew, I would have said, on the Mozzie possibly.
Beautiful
Chief
grenade.
will get a kill onto Saves, taking the Valkyrie off the board. So that now leaves us 5 versus 3. And this is a very good start to this first round from TSM. What they're looking to do is get that top floor control so that they can start thinking about pushing into Tellers. And there is the option to get that diffuser down then.
Even with Mutes and Mozzie, they're doing wonderful work here. Bolo pushing around, just spraying as well, but Kendrew running away with his tail between his legs. Oh, he won't catch him on the corner. That's a super shorty to the face, and down goes Bolo, but Pojo Man immediately trading things back. We are now into a 4 versus 2, and the assault begins from TSM as we hit the 60-second mark on this round's timer. Down to a 4 versus 1, and I can't believe the drone work coming out of TSM in this round when there is a Mute and a Mozzie on the board. They found those first 2 kills for free.
With that yellow stairs, with that top floor control. But the way that Nip did it there, I mean, I'm not really sure what they were thinking, to be honest.
TSM would have been maybe a bit more aggressive, or at least pushed out in a more structured way, but TSM held the line really well. I got to give a lot of credit to TSM for the way that they just held true to the formula that they had established.
Yeah, to be fair to them.
Didn't give a single inch to Nip.
Oh,
now
no.
goes Muzzy, and if this is it, there's the record is safe. Citizen, your record is safe. Palu, your record is also safe. So you don't need to worry too much. And the Jaeger, who peaked a little bit early, well, you can't be giving those up. TSM coming alive at the right time in the latter half of this matchup. Almost a perfect bookend if TSM ends up prevailing. They were very good at the start. There was that mushy middle where they didn't do so well, and then they hardened up in the final rounds. And, well, TSM now looking to do something that on the previous take on the Tellers, all the way back in round number 4, they were very ineffective at doing, which is grabbing control of that top floor. They managed to do an awful lot of damage to Psycho and chase him off, and just like that, a single drone will show them that they have control of admin and can swing on in.
Yeah, that was such a big pick on Tamuzi, and honestly, it should win the round straight up for TSM, as should that missed C4, for example. Geo standing on top of a filing cabinet, he will be safe. Now, Ninjas in Pyjamas losing a lot of tools, a lot of manpower, a lot of HP, as you can see on Psycho and Kamikaze. Everything looking great for TSM. On the other hand, the only thing is that they have to worry about the time, of course. They don't have to worry too much. A little less than half the round. C4 will land for Psycho. It's a little bit of bounce back for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Interesting angle being played from Pino. That's very dangerous that he challenges that.
Very, very well played there by the Pulse to be able to give the calls. We'd already seen a C4 get burned out with minimal success. It was intended for Geo, and the second one will find him. That's a frag onto the back of Pino from Bolo as he continues to mercilessly punish everybody from Ninjas in Pyjamas who finds themselves in the line of sight of that LMG. Another for Bolo, down goes Julio, and TSM seemingly have been able to start catching the breaks as it's a 1v4 and a 0v4 map number 1 and extending their perfect